guys, welcome back to Cassette Confessions. This video we're looking at Postman Pat's ABC from 1990. A video I never knew I had, believe it or not, growing up. I've had this for years, but I never actually watched it, believe it or not, this particular VHS. Postman Pat 2D animation from 1990. It's got Ken Barry as well, doing the narration of everything else, so it's a bit of an oddity itself, really. I don't know if anyone actually ever owned this VHS or the other one as well. So it's like, it just comes out of nowhere. Postman Pat, of course, is a good character, and one of the best children's TV characters of all time, of course. There's plenty of others, but he's one of the best, and again, one of the best, of course. Originates from Kendal, where John Conliffe was born or spent his time there. Very much as me as a Kendalian, of course. Postman Pat is sort of like I would say like a myth, I can't say like a local hero or something like that, of course, but he's very much a local legend amongst Kendalians and also my hometown. So that is just a bit inside, of course. We do have like a little statue of him next to the old post box, which actually is based on, which is inspired Mrs. Goggins' post office, if you know what I mean. Excuse the rain, I'm sorry about this. Heavy showers and everything today. Sorry about that. Oh, to be in the Lake District. Yes. So yeah, this VHS is obscure. I only found about it when I looked at a photograph, which I used to observe some VHS that I remember watching years ago, but also some I never actually knew. This is one of those this is actually one of them that I found, and I thought, I don't remember watching that. I don't remember actually seeing it like into my memory, but in the photograph, it was part of the collection, believe it or not. So the basic plot is very much Postman Pat comes, obviously the Porridges, of course, and Tom Porridge is struggling with his ABCs, of course, as some kids do, and he agrees to actually help him out. And there on now, it just goes from you count your ABCs very much, like different stuff. For example, apple. And, I would say H for hen, and all that stuff, really. One little trivia I found out was, there are a few things, some interesting trivial things with this one. Two interesting ones. First things first, the actual VHS itself is actually based on a book John Conliffe wrote in 1986, which is like I guess you would call it like a beginner's book, very much, to do with Postman Pat. So its origins lay in there, believe it or not, and it actually, and somehow adapted to this in 1990, so it took about 4 years to adapt. A bit strange that is, but it's also released by Tempo Video instead of the BBC, so it's a bit strange, a bit interesting really. Even though the BBC actually do the 3D stop motion series, of course, and Tempo do the 2D one, so there's two different camps on there. Plus Ken Barry does all the narration, of course, in this one, same as the TV series, of course, and yes. To be honest, I don't really know much about the VHS itself. I forgot about Elena and going off again. One other thing was to mention is in the original, I think the version I've got actually, the original version, there is a word, when they come to the G, they actually use a gun as a reference point for the letter G. And that was from the original the original version that came out 1990, and I think after that release it got edited out because of complaints by parents. So there's like I think I mentioned before, there's a scene where Tom picks up his dad's gun or his rifle or something like that, and it's it's a bit strange actually. I think it's like the first only Postman Pat thing to involve guns very much, even though they live in the middle of the country and they're in a farm somewhere. You kind of think, will that work? Has that been ever mentioned before? It hasn't actually. The only time that's ever been mentioned is in this educational video, believe it or not. Strange. Learn about your ABCs. Bit of a strange thing that is, but I don't know really. But it's a strange oddity to have in the collection, very much. You just you learn the ABCs and everything like that. So yeah, but you probably have other videos to do that, maybe a cheap knockoff. But having like this one there, of a beloved character you've known for years, and actually, you know, you go with the stop motion series, of course, and you actually look at this and you think, it's interesting because you still have, you know, some of the same elements are there, even though it's in 2D style animation. So pretty interesting, you know. And again, a bit of a oddity. I do have oddities in the collection. This is one of them. So fair enough. Yeah, so that's one of these sort of one-off video. These are the one-off videos that are coming ahead actually. So there are a few one-offs. There is, believe it or not. And there's, you know, one show based on one show very much. I don't own, to my knowledge, I don't own anything from the Postman Pat BBC Video stuff like that, like actual Postman Pat VHSs. This is the only one I've got, shockingly. Even though I've loved Postman Pat for years. For many years, but I've never owned actually an actual VHS of his. He only appeared on like compilations and this, pretty much that I've got. So it's strange actually. I've admitted that. But hey yo, it's childhood for you. My childhood's very strange, and this collection's very strange at all. You know, it's getting to that weird side of his, and you think, But that's it really. I've been waffling about this for a bit. So Postman Pat ABC 1990. That's all I can say. Thanks guys for watching, as always. See you for the next video, and goodbye. Hope it doesn't rain anymore, I hope so. Hope not, I don't know. Anyway, see ya.